July 25th, 2023, I received my dream aquarium from Custom Aquariums. Our good friend Mark from Aquariums Unlimited came down with his crew and helped John move it into the fish house for me. And then it took me 224 days to escape it. Yep, I know, that's ridiculous. But my excuse was I had to silicone every single stone down and take a step back to make sure things were just right. It had to be perfect for the special fish I was putting in it. Did I really put goldfish in that tank? Atul Ramdan said it was a waste of a beautiful tank. Righteous One said, wonk, wonk, wonk. Malawi Cichlid RVA foresees the stock changing because it's boring. I can't even repeat what Richard said. And Lizzie Jackson believes it's a freaking waste. But then on July 3rd, exactly 119 days later, I noticed this swimming around in there. I was so confused. It's this brownish, grayish fish. Where did it come from? After I put on my glasses, I realized it was a single baby goldfish just moseying along her way with no care in the world that the other fish were even there. She was just kind of like... And that's when Goldie Hawn made her debut in this old fish house. I don't know how she survived, but no other fry did. Common goldfish can spawn anywhere from 500 to 2,000 eggs at a time. I can't even imagine there being that many baby goldfish in there. I've had these 5 goldfish together for almost 5 years now, and this is the first time that I've encountered any fry that I know of. Goldfish are sexually mature around 1 year old, but usually reach breeding age around 3 years old. I'm not a goldfish expert, but I think the change in environment had a lot to do with it. They had been in a 150-gallon stock tank for almost 2 years, with no areas for the fry to hide. It's possible they had spawned before, but then just ate the fry. I believe that happened this time too, except Goldie Hawn got lucky. She's a survivor, that's for sure. I spent a lot of time just watching her swim around. She would dodge the bigger fish and hide behind a rock or go into the plants. They didn't seem aggressive towards her at this point at all. And she had doubled in size from July 3rd to August 9th, so she had a lot more spunk to her. Her diet consisted of Extreme Nano, Seachem Nutri-Diet Goldfish Flakes, Northfin Nano Bits, and Northfin Kelp Flakes. To make it easier, I would mix all 4 of them together. Just look how excited they all get when they see the food. I found that goldfish aren't picky when it comes to food, like some monster fish are that are used to eating feeder fish, or 4-year-olds that only want to eat chicken nuggets. Is there anything cuter than watching a fish eat? I think it's one of the best parts in fish keeping. It's hard to believe that the original 5 goldfish were this size when I picked them out of a feeder fish tank at Petco with my grandson. I think they should be bigger by now, but it's possible that the first few months of their life, living in overcrowded conditions in a small tank and competing with hundreds of other fish for food, led them to have stunted growth. Not only that, but the poor water quality. Did you know poor water quality is the most common cause of disease in goldfish? A fish in a toxic environment will become stressed. They'll have decreased growth, immune function, and reproductive capabilities. If you Google how many gallons should a goldfish be in, you'll see so many different answers. Some people will say a minimum of 20 gallons or 50 to 75 gallons per goldfish. For myself, I just go with 50 gallons per common or comet goldfish, since they can grow up to 14 to 16 inches in size. I think this is plenty of space, and with proper filtration and routine water changes, they will live a happy and long life. But there's more to taking care of goldfish. It's not just tank size or food or water quality. Temperature and water parameters are also important. Like I said about tank size, if you go on Google, you'll see a variety of temperatures from 60 to 75. Honestly, I don't think any of those temperatures are wrong. Goldfish can tolerate some cooler and some warmer conditions. But you have to be careful with extreme temperature changes, since this can disrupt their metabolism and affect their growth. I keep the temperature in the fish house between 72 and 76, and my goldfish don't have a heater. And if your home is above 65, then your goldfish shouldn't have one either. A consistent temperature is the way to go. Just a shout out here to Baby Kitty for tolerating Carl and watching over my fish every day. I love you, Baby Kitty. Alright, so what about pH? So pH for goldfish, it's not that complicated. It's just one of those things, if you go on Google, you're going to find so many different answers. You might see 6.5 to 7.5 or 7.2 to 7.6 or 7 to 7.8, and it's like, what do you actually believe? Over the years, I've lived in different areas where my pH is not the same. I've had success with goldfish in pH ranging from 6.9 to 7.8. And one thing I want to clarify is that I'm not talking about fancy goldfish, just common in comments right now. They are one of the hardiest fish out there and can tolerate, at least in my opinion, a wide variety of water parameters. But once you get them established into like your water at your house, keep it consistent and don't try to chase pH. One of the things I love about goldfish is that they can live for a very long time. Your common goldfish can easily live 10 to 15 years. And if you keep them happy and healthy by feeding them a quality diet and give them proper care and room to grow, they can live even longer, like 20 to 30 years. That's crazy. Did you know the longest living goldfish recorded lived to be 43? Her name was Tish. There are stories about another goldfish named Goldie who lived to be 45, but there was no documented evidence to back any of that up. Anyway, so let's talk about their diet. Goldfish are omnivorous and they'll appreciate a varied diet. Try feeding sinking pellets, not floating, so they don't swallow air and get swim bladder disease. These are an example of some of the foods that I feed my adult goldfish now, even a little duckweed. Protein is good, but too much high protein food can lead to digestive issues. You want to avoid low quality flakes and also too many live foods that can introduce parasites. They also love blanched peas, spinach, and zucchini, and they can get a lot of fiber and vitamins from these fresh veggies. One thing to always remember is be aware to not overfeed your goldfish because they're always going to act hungry. Oh, I almost forgot to mention the tank mates that I chose for my 5 goldfish and Goldie Hawn. I went with 30 albino white clouds and a few ram's horn snails, along with 2 mystery snails as well. That's why I keep some algae on the glass. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you that there's another goldfish in there. He's around the same size. I rescued him and he's just a really cool guy and fit right in. And I named him Garfield. Look how big Goldie Hawn got. She's the one that has orange on top and white on the bottom. She's almost as big as them now. She's just so freaking cute. I hope you enjoyed this video and got just as excited as I did when you saw Goldie Hawn. Thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day.